Our desire for comfort is killing us. And if you want to lead a good and noble life full of discipline, sometimes we got to endure the pain. And if that's emotional pain, you know my answer. Start drawing with me. I love art, it's a great cathartic release. And if it's addictions, then please get help. There is there's a lot of people out there who have rebuilt their lives in a new and sober way, and it's never too late. So, getting that out of the way. Socrates is a very cool dude. He's been identified as the leader of Western philosophy, and he was in Athens, Greece, and he didn't have a school. He would just go to the town square and would talk. And the way he spoke to people and the way he encouraged them to question their own beliefs and to question arguments or themes of the time was called the Socratic method. And you may have heard of one of his students, freaking Plato. Plato. Plato learned from him. Like, this guy he's so cool, in my opinion. That's why I drew him. That's why, or how I choose to draw some of the people I draw. If they're incredibly inspiring, then I want to capture it. I want to put it on paper. So Socrates was referred to as weird, and that's okay. There's a lot of weirdos out there. I'm one of them. I don't care. I'd rather be weird than normal. And John the Baptist, another weirdo. They didn't think he was the most normal guy. He would wear animal skins and eat locust and honey and preach that the coming of the kingdom was soon. Socrates was an odd guy. He rarely bathed, and he willingly chose to walk in his bare feet through ice and snow. He was a decorated soldier, a hero, a leader. He endured pain. He would fast for days on end. And I know from some of the pictures you might see of him, you see this pot belly. I think that was later in his life. But the leaders of the time did not like all of this free speech. They said that he was infecting the young with these crazy thoughts. It kind of sounds like our times. If there's a ruling class that doesn't want us to discuss questions and ideas and theories, I think it's as old as mankind. There's people who want us to all think and act and believe in a certain way. And if you need a hero or someone to look up to that's going to help you break your addiction to comfort, then Socrates is the man. Socrates was forced to drink hemlock after this ruling class said he could no longer preach or teach, or however you want to refer to what he did in the town square. And I'm going to read this from history.com. It's a beautiful website, and it has a lot of information about Socrates if you want to jump on there afterwards. The tyrants were forced from power before they could punish Socrates, but in 399 he was indicted for failing to honor the Athenian gods. Socrates referred to one god, another reason I like him, and for corrupting the young, although some historians suggest that there may have been political machinations behind the trial. He was condemned on the basis of his thought and teaching. In his, quote, The Apology of Socrates, unquote, Plato recounts him mounting a spirited defense of his virtue before the jury, but calmly accepting their verdict. It was in court that Socrates allegedly uttered the now famous phrase, "The unexamined life is not worth living." His execution was delayed for 30 days due to a religious festival during which the philosopher's distraught friends tried unsuccessfully to convince him to escape from Athens. On his last day, Plato says he, quote, appeared both happy in manner and words as he died nobly and without fear, unquote. He drank the cup of brewed hemlock his executioner handed him, walked around until his legs grew numb, and then lay down, surrounded by his friends, and waited for the poison to reach his heart. So I believe as we learn and we understand that comfort is killing us and that we need to lead more virtuous, disciplined lives, when we speak the truth or we question what people are telling us is the truth, which is the Socratic method, part of, I think, the ingredients of becoming a more noble and courageous person is having courage. Are you willing to drink hemlock for the truth? Are you willing to watch as your friends and family say, no, no, just do what the ruling class says. Don't talk anymore. Don't speak the truth. You know, there was another man who died for the truth, and his name was Jesus. And that man, I owe everything to. So if you're struggling and you're lonely and you're addicted to comfort, I understand, but it does get better. And remember what I always say. When people say, I can't draw a stick figure, well, show me. I want to see it. So if you want to start off drawing with just pencil and move on to charcoal and then pastel and paints, just create. It'll center you and it'll teach you more about you. And I always believe if you are trying to get over an addiction to comfort, laziness, self-pity, oh, that's the worst. Food, alcohol, drugs, nicotine. I'm just using this as a prop. I don't know whose this is. Just know you can. To live nobly and disciplined and to seek the truth and to stand up for it. Man, that is a life well lived. I will see you next week. God bless. Take care.